relationship to our campus, we would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Urquilla, Tongva, Luiseño, and Serrano peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. Today, UCR is home to many indigenous peoples from all over the world, including UCR faculty, students, and staff. And we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these homelands.
Hello, everyone! Hello, and welcome to night 2 of the New Works Fest, celebrating the art and artistry of our graduating MFA playwrights. Tonight, we are here to witness and observe and enjoy Side Effects May Include by Melizza, Minger, Urquilla. I want to just take a moment to thank the cast and crew, the staff, faculty, and students who are all worked so hard to put this together, including Carly Thomas, the director of this piece tonight. So tonight's piece will be run all in one chunk, and then there will be a brief break for just a couple minutes where we reset the chairs, and then we will be inviting Melizza and Gabby Chavez, the dramaturg, together to have a brief conversation about the work that you're about to see. Okay? Right now, I would just like to invite you to please turn off your cell phones, silence your cell phones, and also take a look around and find your nearest exit. And now, please enjoy Side Effects May Include. Woo!
Side Effects May Include, written by Melizza, Minger, Urquilla. Scene 1. The sound of TV static as the lights rise in grainy multicolor. Slowly, the sound of static and the colors fade, giving way to regular lighting. Girl is in her bedroom texting, wearing pajamas. December. Girl is pacing around her room. Ding! She stops pacing to answer.
I think I got into UCLA.
That's great, congrats.
Thanks, man. I don't really want to go to grad school, but I'm glad I got in.
Now you'll have a fancy degree to impress people with.
Are you impressed?
Well, you don't have the degree yet, but I'm impressed you got in.
Works for me. Are you going to reapply? You kind of lost momentum after you didn't get in.
Girl resumes pacing. Ding! February.
What if I quit my job and go work in Japan?
Doing what?
You said people would be impressed by my master's degree.
Yeah, but you don't have the degree yet.
If I get a job in Japan, would you want to come with me? That could be interesting.
Yeah, we'd have to learn Japanese though.
Girl resumes pacing. She sits on the edge of her bed. May.
Hey, sorry I've been kind of distant. I fell behind like 6 lectures and they're each 2 hours long. I think my class is over in 2 weeks though. But after, we can hang out and do stuff, assuming you still want to.
It's cool. I don't mind waiting 2 weeks. I'm still looking for a car, but once I get one, it'll make things easier to not have to deal with a 45-minute Lyft ride.
What kind of car?
I'm looking at a Nissan Versa.
That's a car I'd totally see you driving.
That's rude as hell.
Which part?
The part where you envision me in a Nissan Versa?
It's kind of dorky. I don't know, like you. But I mean that in like an endearing way.
I guess.
You know you appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess.
I really can't wait to see you.
Same. I've missed you.
We can go to that spicy chicken place.
Sure.
No more text notifications. Girl slowly cocoons herself in blankets. June. Girl huddles in bed in a nest of blankets. Discarded cups and piles of clothes litter the floor around her. She is flipping through channels on TV.
It's America's favorite game!
Wheel of Fortune! This is Jeopardy! And now here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Will one of them seize this day and have the knowledge and courage to change the course of their lives in one short evening?
Now join us from New York for night 33 of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You have 4 new messages.
Hey, girl! We haven't seen you in forever. We're going bar hopping. Come hang out.
Muffled sounds of partying.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch about it. No pressure, though. I'm sorry I called you a bitch. That was a joke. Please don't be mad.
We should go hiking this weekend, if you're free. I feel like I haven't seen you in months. Let me know.
Were you supposed to send me your work sample to look over? You don't have shit going on right now, so I don't know how you're still falling behind.
Girl grabs a pillow and holds it to her face, like she's trying to smother herself. She puts the pillow down, breathing heavily, then looks out into the audience, as if noticing them for the first time.
Is this entertaining enough? I'm really doing my best to glamorize my mental illness for you. Well, at this point, I was already spending all day in bed and intending to reply to messages that I let pass me by and not eating, sleeping, bathing at rates that are normal that people are supposed to. And the one tethered to something outside myself that I've held onto is about to be cut. Where were we?
Girl resumes smothering herself with a pillow. The TV resumes playing.
Here it comes from the Bob Barker studio at CBS in Hollywood. Television's most exciting hour of fantastic prizes. It's a celebration of Bob Barker's 18th birthday on The Price is Right.
I haven't seen you in a while. Do you want to go watch a movie?
You bet your life. And now the one and only Groucho Marx.
We could just hang out at my place if you don't feel like being around a lot of people.
Should I be concerned? At least let me know if you don't need me to read all that stuff for your grad school thing. Don't drop off that face of the earth. Are you even still applying?
From Hollywood, the dating capital of the world, it's the dating game!
The trails at Griffith Park are supposed to be pretty easy. I could pick you up, and you live pretty close to that.
Category is all things all your friends are secretly thinking about when they look at you.
Is there a T?
5 T's.
Ding, 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 ding. A G?
2 G's.
Ding, ding. An H?
2 H's.
Ding, ding. A B?
1 B.
Ding. I'd like to solve that puzzle, Pat. Is it get it together, bitch?
That is correct! You won a beautiful toaster bathtub set. This cloth tub is made of marble.
TV static noise, slowly getting louder until it is overwhelming. Girl hunches in on herself, making herself as small as possible, still smashing the pillow to her face, trying to block out the noise until it becomes overwhelming, and she flings herself out of bed and stands.
All right, I'll do something about it.
Girl grabs her phone. She paces around the stage as she searches.
Therapist in my area.
Behind her, rows of therapist headshots line up like a puzzle board on Wheel of Fortune with photos instead of letters.
Therapist in my area who accept Medi-Cal. Latina therapist in my area who take Medi-Cal. ADHD Latina therapists in my area who take Medi-Cal. Queer depression ADHD Latina therapists in my area who take Medi-Cal.
Girl tosses her phone across the stage and flings herself back into bed, tossing a blanket over herself dramatically. After a moment, she gets up and retrieves her phone.
Queer ADHD therapists who take Medi-Cal. She looks nice.
Girl types an email out on her phone.
Hello, I'm...
Girl deletes her words.
Hi, I saw you accept Medi-Cal.
Deletes.
If possible, I'd like to book an appointment as soon as...
Deletes.
Hello, I need you to fix me. Thanks.
Girl hits send, then falls back into bed, scrolling on her phone. The lighting goes soft, like a soothing medication ad. Upbeat music plays softly in the background. Girl notices the change in atmosphere. Commercial woman 1 enters. She strides to a mirror in the room and begins putting on a blazer. She does not acknowledge Girl. Girl watches her apprehensively.
Nothing was more important than treating my depression.
Commercial woman 1 exits. Music fades, lighting returns to normal. Girl gets up to examine the mirror. Her phone rings and she scrambles to answer it.
Hi.
Hey, I was wondering if you wanted to come over this weekend? You could spend the night.
Oh, definitely.
Cool. Hang on a moment.
Muffled silence.
Sorry, I was picking up my order. I got Taco Bell. So, what are you up to?
Just chilling.
Nice, nice. I'm really excited for this food, but I know it's gonna be really good at first, and then I'm just gonna feel all gross about it, which is kind of what the experience of dating me must feel like, now that I think about it. Good for a while, and then it gets depressed and stops texting you back.
Don't invite me to sleep over and then say that to me. I'll see you Friday.
Girl hangs up. She looks into the mirror. She sees her disheveled hair and the same pajamas and realizes she's a mess. Scene 2. A few days later, Girl is in her bathroom. She's surrounded by grooming products, shampoos, makeup, nail polish, razor, etc. She looks slightly more put together. She sends a text.
Hey, are we still on for tomorrow night?
Hours pass. Girl is restless but attempting to self-soothe. Her phone rings.
Hello?
Hey, about tomorrow?
Did you need to reschedule?
No, you can still come over. It's just that...
Just what?
I've kind of been seeing someone.
Girl swats a bottle and sends it flying. Throughout the call, she will kick and toss things around.
Maybe we don't have sex, but we can totally still hang out.
I'm not paying a $40 Uber each way.
I'd pay for everything, of course.
I don't think that would be very fair to her.
I already talked to her. She's cool with it.
I don't want to go.
We can go to that chicken place. You like that chicken place.
I hate the chicken place.
Really?
I've always hated it.
I've been putting off going so we could go together.
No, it makes me feel like shit.
Well, what restaurants do you like going to?
I'm not going to have a conversation about restaurants with you right now.
I told a shitty joke here.
What?
I panicked and made some joke about the whole restaurant right here, and it didn't land. You can remember what I said, and I can't repeat it for the audience. I was trying to lighten the mood.
It wasn't funny, though.
Jesus Christ. I don't even want the other girl anymore. It's a whole thing with her, too. She has all these problems.
Don't tell me.
I know. Not that I don't trust you to tell you, but I just wouldn't do that to you. Can I send you a pizza to make you feel better?
I don't want a pizza.
How about a case of vitamin water?
No!
A case of coconut water?
I don't want anything from you.
What if I don't date her? Could we stay friends?
That's not fair.
I know.
It's not fair to her.
Oh, her.
Don't call me anymore. I don't want to keep in touch.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, I guess I'll just wait for you to reach out. Will you let me know if you get into grad school?
I guess.
Can you hang up? I don't want to be the one to do it.
Sure.
I'll be here if you need anything. I actually really have to go to bed. I have work in the morning. I'm gonna miss you.
Bye.
Girl hangs up. The rest of the call only happens in her imagination.
But you don't stay away, even though you intend to, do you? Eventually, I reach out and you waver.
I'll be better next time. Next time I leave, I won't let you pull me back.
Ding! Girl scrambles to answer it.
Oh, it's just been. Hey, they sent me $10 for using their app.
Scene 3. Girl sits in her bedroom. She has taken effort to look more put together. She sets her phone on a makeshift tripod so it faces her. She is nervous, but trying to calm herself. Commercial Man 1 enters and addresses the audience.
With once daily Wellbutrin Excel, I feel like me again.
Who are you?
The phone rings. Girl answers.
Hello?
Hi, thank you for filling out the intake forms beforehand. How are you?
Great. I'm so good.
What brings you to therapy?
I'm deeply unwell. I'm doing very bad overall.
Could you elaborate?
Something is wrong, but I'm not sure what. I think maybe depression, ADHD.
Any symptoms you could describe?
I've always been vaguely sad. I was a really unhappy kid and unmotivated, but I could always pull through at the last minute. Now, I can't force myself to do anything. Even external fears of shame or failure aren't enough to push me to action. I watch deadlines approach and then tick by, and I can't make my dread manifest into action. I feel so passive about everything. There's nothing I want to reach for anymore.
Commercial Man 1 has wandered over to Girl. He leans into the frame of the FaceTime call, still smiling blandly.
Can I help you?
That's my job, actually.
No, I meant...
Well, based off the questionnaires you filled out, you fit the criteria for moderate to high levels of depression. And legally, I can't tell you if you have ADHD, but you should have had that looked into, like, yesterday. Book a session with a psychiatrist and then come back to me.
Therapist exits. Commercial Man 1 follows her out. The Wheel of Fortune wall lights up behind her with 4 psychiatrist headshots.
Hi, I'm looking to get an appointment with a psychiatrist. No, I don't have an actual diagnosis. I'm looking to get one. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm looking. No, I've never been there before. You're not taking new clients? Okay, thank you. Hi, but your website said you took my insurance. No, thank you. It's out of my price range. Hi, I'm looking to. Great, yes.
The remaining headshot flashes. The Wheel of Fortune correct sound is heard.
You're a little far from me. Do you do phone appointments? No, that's fine. I can do it in person. I'll find a way there. Any appointment time you have. Thank you.
Scene 4. Girl, mom friend, and pragmatic friend are sitting in the psychiatrist's waiting room, absent-mindedly flipping through magazines. Girl is nervous.
So, how's it going with your ex?
Actually, I have something to say.
You got back together?
No, it's the...
Did you agree to move to Japan with him? Because that seemed more like an idle thought.
No, actually, we had a huge falling out, and I don't think we're ever going to speak again.
When did this happen?
Like a week ago.
And you're just now telling us.
Well, I needed time to sit with it for a while.
How dare you? We should have been informed immediately.
Don't be dramatic.
You break up with this guy for the 3rd time, and you have the nerve to call me dramatic?
It's really over this time?
Yes.
Because he always comes back around, and eventually he just wears you down.
Not this time.
Why?
Well, we've had other breakups, but this one felt different. There's someone else this time. Usually I just wait until he calls and apologizes, but going back now would be so humiliating.
I'm glad you're setting boundaries for yourself.
Because he sucked, and we all hated him.
No. He wasn't that bad.
He refused to tip waiters.
He would if I asked him to.
And he kept forgetting your birthday.
He did, yeah.
And he wasn't even cute.
2 p.m. appointment?
That's me.
Psychiatrist leads Girl into her office. They sit at a desk across from each other. Lights off on mom friend and pragmatic friend.
What brings you in today?
I have a referral from my therapist to see if I can get a diagnosis for ADHD.
Any specific symptoms that make you suspect ADHD?
I can't seem to focus on anything, and I lack motivation and just like time blindness, like hours will slip away from me.
What does your life look like day to day?
Not much, really.
Can you be more specific?
I'm not sure. I don't think I said anything much of substance here.
What was that?
Can I ask the audience?
Who wants to be a millionaire? Dramatic sound plays. The lights flash quickly.
Is it A, bold-faced lie, B, half-truth, C, sob story, or D, change the subject? B wins.
I'm going to pretend that I'm more productive than I really am to make it look like I'm not a total sad sack, even though the entire reason I came is so you can see that I am and then fix it. But I'm afraid that if I downplay my symptoms, you'll overlook the fact that I need help. But if I lean into it, you'll think I'm lying and kick me out. I'm also afraid that I'm just doing all this for attention and I don't even know it. Which, after all these years, mortifying to discover. So I do some stuff, sometimes. I occasionally get out of bed. I even brush my hair to be here. I do a normal person's amount of tasks, the normal amount of times per week.
Can you be more specific?
I go hiking sometimes.
Do you work? Go to school?
I got my bachelor's degree a couple years ago. I'm supposed to be applying for grad school, but I haven't even started. I was working, but got laid off, and I'm collecting unemployment at the moment.
Do you have any friends?
Yes, they drove me here today, actually. 2-hour drive. Cleared their whole day for me.
Lights click on a mom friend and pragmatic friend. They look up from their magazines and wave. Lights off on them.
Are you in a relationship?
No. I was in a thing until recently, but it's over now.
Is that why you're here?
I booked this appointment a week before we split, and I didn't see it coming, so...
And how are you handling that?
I mean, I'm sad, but I'll get over it. It's not the end of the world, it's just... Yeah, I mean, I'll get over it. You know, if anything, the timing is really convenient, right? Like, I had a therapy appointment already lined up, and if I get on medication immediately, I'll barely have to feel it, right? Just fast track the entire healing process. Right?
How bad did it actually get?
What?
How bad did it actually get once you left?
No, this isn't how this went. You didn't interrogate me. It was almost too easy. It was insulting that after so much suffering and silence, they really were just handing out pills to everyone.
How bad?
A shower appears center stage.
Don't worry. This isn't the metaphor you think it is.
Girl undresses carefully, flinching every time her hands accidentally brush against her skin. She pointedly does not look down at her body. This process should be painful and drawn out. She gets in the shower and turns on the water.
It was about a week later, I think. Time moved sluggish, and it all ran together.
Girl begins to attempt to wash herself, but is repulsed by it.
I put it off, because I knew, but eventually I had to take a shower. My skin was greasy, and my hair was just in knots at the base of my neck. The third time he left was the worst of them. My body didn't want to belong to me anymore. It wasn't a place I could live in. It was a heavy, oppressive thing I was just dragging around. I wanted to scrape my consciousness out of my body so I didn't have to live with all those nerve endings and feelings. But isn't it funny how the body betrays you? I missed him. The last person who touched me before he did wouldn't stop when I wanted him to. It was all brute force and my need to survive that made me so sickeningly docile that when he left, it's like my body stopped being a safe place to live again. Why does my body want to trust someone else more than it trusts me? He's hurt me and my body overlooks it. Why won't it forgive me for letting it be hurt? If my mind can be trained away, why won't my body let go?
Girl sinks down, sitting on the shower floor. Girl gets dressed and returns to her seat across from the psychiatrist, who has been scribbling down notes and missed the entire shower scene.
Great. Any thoughts of suicide?
Not really.
Homicide?
No.
So, you maybe have ADHD. You're definitely big sad. Take these pills, they should help with both. Any questions? Wonderful, doors that way.
Girl stands, walks into a pharmacy. Commercial woman 2 is in line ahead of girl.
Next.
Well, Butrin XL effectively treats depression with a low risk of sexual side effects.
Commercial woman 2 walks up to the window. A horse is let out for commercial woman 2. She jumps on it and they begin prancing around stage. Commercial woman 2 throws back her head in laughter, looking like she's having the time of her life. Girl walks up to the window.
I'm here to pick up a prescription.
Pharmacist hands her a bottle.
Is this your first time taking this medication?
Yes.
Take in the morning. Same time every day. Any questions?
Do I also get a horse?
Not with state insurance.
Can I drink while I'm on it?
No.
Girl dry swallows a pill. Scene 5, August.
Guys, I think I overcorrected.
The duck from You Bet Your Life drops down, holding a sign that says, dramatic much? The You Bet Your Life trumpets play.
What was that?
The duck is slowly raised up, offstage. Girl watches it go.
This is different in a bad way. Too much of everything. My emotions are so loud, all of them, always. I can't think straight. I'm so angry all the time. It just builds and builds over nothing. But I'm just tired of all these hollow, plastic emotions. They don't belong to me. It feels like someone just dropped them into my body, and they're not mine. I start crying for no reason now, and I can't stop, sobbing over nothing. And sometimes I am sad on my own, but it amplifies my feelings and makes everything worse.
Well, Butrin XL effectively treats depression with a low risk of sexual side effects.
What do you mean, sexual side effects?
You know what they mean. It won't kill your sex drive because no one would want that. That's why we're bragging it's not a side effect. We mention it a lot in the commercial. Haven't you been listening?
The duck falls from the ceiling, holding a sign with the words, obviously. Trumpets play.
No, stop doing that. To be honest, I think a dead sex drive would be pretty convenient right now.
Well, too bad. Sucks to suck. And a medication would never impede that.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel that now, and this is awful. Is this how you feel all the time? It's disgusting. My mental health took a nosedive when I was 17, and my body has been offline ever since.
What about the breakup then? That wasn't real to you?
That was a part of the reason I held on so tight. It was all nostalgia at first. We grew up together, and when I was a little kid, we sat across from each other, and I would look over at him with emotions too big for my body. What a novelty to feel that again, you know? And then we ran into each other years later, and it was like my body remembered. Like I could look at him through my little kid eyes and live out the memory of big emotions. And I worked at it, and I'd coax my body away from panic. And then it was like a miracle I made for myself. Like all of a sudden, I went from not being able to feel attracted to anyone to being really into this one guy. And if I let him go, it felt like I might never get the chance to feel that again. So I held on, romanticized him to myself. The first few weeks, every time I saw him again, there'd be something off. The way he looked, the sound of his voice. It never quite lined up with the memory of him, but I willed myself to want him, no matter what. I forced those pathways in my brain, and I liked him. I did. And I also really liked liking him. It made me feel so normal. And before that, sex was just an obligation, and I was seeking it out to try and prove to myself that maybe this time would be different. And even when it wasn't, I could always spin it and have a funny story to tell at parties, you know?
You don't go to parties.
Yeah. You are really not that fun in group settings.
Oh, shit, this guy. I don't want to talk about this. If you've ever been on any medications that wildly alter your mood, don't ever make decisions with long-lasting repercussions until your feelings have leveled out. because it will get weird. Some antidepressants will make you sad and angry, but also persistently horny.
I'm really into older women.
Good for you.
After we hook up, you'll be the oldest person I've ever been.
Rude. I'm like 3 years older than you. And you're not essential to this story, so get off stage.
You say that now, but you end up keeping me around for the next 6 months.
I never understood why you didn't just block him.
She doesn't want to offend him. She's afraid of what he might do in retaliation, so she keeps the lines of communication open so she doesn't set him off.
Oh my god.
Girl checks her phone.
Why did you save my pic to the chat? Can you delete it? Please?
Chill, it's fine.
So delete it.
I'll delete it if you send me with one of your face on it.
See, that's why you gotta take an extra second to think things through. Because boobs are anonymous, but a face pic is forever. And if it's not even a good nude, like it's rushed, you run the risk of people thinking you don't understand the rule of thirds or basic lining composition. It's so embarrassing. But I go back and forth on it because sometimes he seems genuinely hurt that I kept asking. You deleted my pics, right? They live on in your memory and not your hard drive.
I'm not that type of guy.
So maybe he's just some guy who didn't save my metadata and I have nothing to worry about, but also...
I have a girlfriend now, so out of respect for her, I'm gonna have to block you.
Cool.
But like, if you still wanted to talk on the low...
What?
Do you want to see a video of me and her? Don't save it though, because she doesn't know I sent it.
Like that doesn't bode well, right? I'm afraid that even including this part will set him off. Like maybe if I do anything notable with my life, this whole thing will go away quietly.
The ducks drop down, holding a sign that says, "Actions have consequences. Trumpets play."
I'm gonna kill that fucking duck. Someone get me a ladder, I mean it.
Mom friend and pragmatic friend are trying to hold her back. The duck gets raised away much quicker than before. Rebound takes and sends a dick pic. Girl's phone gets a text notification. Girl and both friends stop struggling.
Dude, take a fucking hint.
Scene 6, September. Girl and therapist sit in girl's bedroom. They're having another telehealth appointment.
Hi, can you hear me? Great. Let's start by taking a deep breath and asking ourselves, what is my mood and what is my energy?
My energy is at like a 70%, and I guess my mood is fine.
Are you sure?
No.
Do you want a reference for some emotions?
Yes, please.
A wheel of emotions is brought out. The chant of "Wheel of Emotions" is heard. Girl spins the wheel. It lights up like the Wheel of Fortune before slowly stopping.
I guess I feel fragile.
Anything in particular you want to talk about today?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
I thought you were feeling fragile.
Yeah, but that's fine.
What are your goals for therapy?
What do you mean?
What are you trying to achieve?
I don't know. I kind of thought that you would be able to tell me what's wrong with me and then tell me how to fix it.
Very much not how that works. You need to be working towards something.
I guess. I want to get to grad school.
Anything else?
I like to buy a car and learn to drive. I have a license, but I do not trust myself to operate a motor vehicle.
Anything else?
What I'd really like to do is get over my ex.
That's a good list of things to work on. Now, where would you like to start?
I thought you were supposed to tell me that part.
Therapist sighs deeply and puts on the psychiatrist hat.
How are you feeling on the medication? Any side effects?
I'm okay. I think my focus is a little better. It's subtle. I keep forgetting to eat, but I think I'm getting better at that. And my libido is way higher, but I think it's starting to level itself out.
Okay. Well, if you think it's helping, how about we double your dose?
Sure. Also, can I have grapefruits? Because I've been avoiding
Grapefruit is fine.
What about drinking?
You're absolutely not supposed to drink.
Like, what'll happen?
Look, we actually don't know how this medication reacts to alcohol. So just to be safe, no drinking. I can have your new dosage sent to the pharmacy today, if that works for you.
Actually, I think I'd like to have a little more to adjust to this dosage first. Can we start next month?
Why?
Well, I said something non-committal in real life, but it's absolutely because I'm thinking about having a drink on my birthday.
Scene 7, October.
Wellbutrin XL is not for everyone. There is a risk of seizure when taking Wellbutrin XL. This risk can increase, so don't use if you've had a seizure or eating disorder, or if you abruptly stop using alcohol or sedatives. Don't take with MAOIs or medicines that contain bupropion or nicotine patch, or alone. There is a risk of increased blood pressure, sometimes severe to risk of serious side effects. Tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Whether or not you take antidepressants, call your doctor right away if you have thoughts of suicide or sudden or severe changes in mood or behavior.
Girl is sitting in a restaurant having dinner with drinking buddy and tough love friend.
How's the job?
I moved departments when they rehired me, so I'm no longer customer facing, which is a relief. Also, one of my new coworkers is the most beautiful man I've ever met in my entire life.
Ooh, workplace romance.
Oh, no, I can't even look at him. I feel like a 13-year-old again. It's disgusting. Also, hot people are everywhere. Did you know? Because I had no idea. They just started popping up out of nowhere. It's crazy.
I like to drink to that. Order something.
Come on. I'm always the only one getting litty now. It's your birthday.
I think as long as you're with your friends and you're being safe about it, it should be okay.
I guess I could have one.
A drink is placed in front of girl. She sips it cautiously. Drinking buddy and tough love friend continue talking. Girl starts to fidget uncomfortably, but no one notices.
We're talking, but this is a gap in your memory.
I agree. Now we directed a question at you.
Non-committal answer. I can feel my heart racing. Oh my God, am I gonna die? Is this how I die? What a pathetic thing to have on my obituary. That someone's mom is gonna read my cause of death and be like, what was she thinking? It's sad, but come on, how could she be so stupid? Because that's exactly what my mom would say. Not only in this case, because I'm her kid and I'll be the stupid person, this is such a preventable cause of death. Why would I do this to myself? Would I be okay if I went to the hospital right now?
You good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm not fine. Should I ask them to take me to the emergency room? But like, how awkward would that be if I'm just like overreacting?
Girl drains her drink.
I'm fine, by the way. Don't drink on your meds.
You still drink.
Stop listening to my asides. And I don't drink nearly as much as you do.
She's on her meds.
It's my one defining character trait in this play. Let me have this.
Scene 8, December. Ding! Girl looks at the notification and hesitates, then opens it.
I saw the Jonathan Larson movie, and I was sad I didn't have anyone to talk to about it.
Girl puts her phone in her pocket and takes a calming breath. Pragmatic friend and mom friend enter to the dating game Bachelorette introduction theme. All three take their seats in the contestant chairs next to each other. Girl types.
X just texted me about Tick Tick Boom. It was on Snapchat, so he knows I read it.
Pragmatic friend and mom friend read and respond on their phones.
Doesn't he have his own friends?
Pragmatic friend nods in agreement. Girl considers this point.
LOL. You should know you don't watch movies. He's just using it as an excuse.
Oh, obviously.
LOL. Don't reply.
Don't you have any other theater friends?
Not since high school, but I meant that I miss you.
I know. Okay, look. From the moment the notification popped onto my phone, If I'd ignored the message, it would have eaten away at me and until I spiraled into an anxiety loop. And now that I have answered, I'm just gonna obsess over this conversation later, and then that'll make me spiral into an anxiety loop. So I might as well Can I call you?
Yeah.
Girl dials. The dating game Bachelor introduction theme is played. Separated from the others by a partition, we see X in silhouette, sitting on one of the tall contestant chairs.
Hey,
Hey,
how you been?
good. I finally got back into therapy, and I'm medicated now.
Oh shit, congrats. Raw dogging life without anything to level with you?
Yeah, something bad will happen to me, and it doesn't ruin my whole day.
Oh shit, I should look into that.
How have you been?
Well, it hasn't been a time of great personal growth, I'll tell you that. Did you get into grad school?
No, I haven't even applied to grad school yet.
Dude.
The application doesn't even open until January.
Okay, I guess that's fine.
Just so we're clear, this isn't like me reopening lines of communication. I still need space.
Yeah, of course.
You really hurt me.
I know.
And you were so adamant about how we could be friends, but if you really were my friend, you wouldn't have kept everything from me.
I know.
And it would have sucked, but I could have gotten over it. But you called me in, asked me to spend the night, and then you turned around and blindsided me.
I know. It's just that this kind of thing you say in person, you know? And we hadn't seen each other in a while, and we had tried to make plans for months, and they kept getting postponed.
If you had let me showed up and then told me, I would have been humiliated.
It was just weird, because I was seeing her, but we were still seeing each other. But the moment it happened, I instantly knew it was the wrong choice.
But if I had stayed when you'd asked, you might have ended up resenting me for it. You would have thought I was the wrong choice.
You didn't say that in real life.
I thought it. It's just, I always felt like no matter what, I could trust you to be honest with me. And then that happened, and it was well, there went that.
Ugh.
I'm glad it happened. Even though it was shitty, you gave me an escape hatch. And I knew I needed to get out of there, and I would have never left on my own.
This is more vulnerable than you were in real life.
You weren't a safe person to be vulnerable with.
That's fair.
I still need space. I don't think I can have you in my life and grow as a person at the same time.
I'll wait for you to reach out.
That's what you said last time.
And that's exactly what I said last time. God damn it.
I should go.
Girl hangs up the phone. X exits. X's voice comes from somewhere inside her head.
Well, isn't that everything you wanted? I missed you. I regretted it instantly. That's what you were hoping for, huh? When you were trying to push me out of your brain all those months?
It feels off now. The vibe is almost platonic now.
Don't worry. You'll still force it.
Does that work?
You can convince yourself to want it, but not to reach for it. You just let yourself live in that murky in-between space for a while. You can't stop yourself from yearning for something you flinch away from. You wouldn't have been better in a healthier relationship. You like it here. It's easy to hold on because you know I'll let go. As long as I'm the one making all these decisions, you keep feeling like the bigger person.
That's not fair.
You don't want to be happy. You don't even know how. I never even said any of this. I probably didn't even think of it to myself. You just gave me these words because you weren't brave enough to say them yourself.
I told him I still needed space, and he was cool about it.
I thought you weren't going to reply.
She wasn't actually asking for our advice.
So, are you guys getting back together again?
No, definitely not.
Okay. That's good. We should learn to leave each other alone sometime.
Pragmatic friend puts on the cowboy hat and becomes commercial woman 2. She strides up to the audience and looks at them like she's going to address them. Before she starts speaking, she takes off the hat and places it on Girl's head. Girl straightens up, emulating the commercial posture.
Once daily, Wellbutrin XL really helped me.
Therapist enters. She walks past Girl without stopping.
Hey, right. My ex contacted me.
Of course he did. Because of Christmas. All my clients are telling me that.
But he doesn't even care about Christmas. He hates celebrating things.
January. Pragmatic friend exits, taking the cowboy hat with her. Therapist exits. Mom friend pulls on a yellow sweater and becomes commercial man 2.
It works for my depression with a low risk of sexual side effects.
Commercial man 2 exits. Girl is left alone.
You already told me that.
Girl takes out her phone and sends a text.
Hey.
Girl chucks her phone away.
Why did I do that?
Rebound walks on stage. Girl dodges him.
This isn't cute anymore. The more I level out, the less I can force myself to entertain things I don't really want. Is this how you guys have always felt? So balanced? Like I made it through all the weird parts and know I can just get out of bed and brush my teeth at a reasonable hour and do my work and make meals that are more involved than ingredients straight out of a box. How come nobody told me that? Go away.
Scene 9. February. Valentine's Day. Girl is wearing a poofy red dress. She's sitting in a cafe with mom friend and pragmatic friend.
Dude, that waiter was really pissed that there were 3 of us. Like, is this like a couple's exclusive thing?
Maybe he thinks we're a throuple?
And he hates throuples.
Maybe he's looking for love and he's sad that we're not wine moms.
There's a lot of wine o'clock decor on the walls.
I can't believe he took your complimentary chocolates away when you didn't want to order the full course meal.
With his bare hands, too. He can't even serve them to anyone else, purely spiteful mode.
I'm bummed that it's a Valentine's exclusive menu. I really wanted that breakfast burrito.
Yeah, and if he thinks we're a throuple, he thinks we're being terrible by not feeding you.
Funky tea shop aside, I'm glad you guys were free to go out today.
Me too. I wanted to ask about Valentine's Day plans, but then I psyched myself out because I thought that might be too weird. I bought a new dress for the...
Red on Valentine's Day.
I know. I'm also surprised, but honestly, I used to feel like wearing like pink or red on Valentine's Day was kind of cringy. But like, I'm so earnest about stuff now. I've been really excited to wear this today.
Scene 10. Commercial man 1 and commercial woman 1 enter, leading in horses, who chill in the background. Soft lighting and upbeat background music. Mom friend and pragmatic friend become commercial man 2 and commercial woman 2. Commercial woman 1 and commercial man 1 join the other commercial actors. They all chat and laugh, though the audience cannot hear them.
Thanks, Wolverine.
Your insurance doesn't cover name brand.
Oh.
The horses are led off stage. Life-size, crudely drawn cutouts of horses are brought into place. The lighting or music gets slightly worse. Girl takes her place and once again looks out to the audience and smiles wide.
Thanks, Bupropion.
Background music rises. Lights begin to slowly fade.
Bupropion is not for everyone. Do not take if you can't spare a few months to be an absolute mess. Bupropion will make your anxiety worse, so go ahead and roll those dice. Side effects include forgetting to eat for entire days, crying about nothing in particular, and earnestly engaging in activities you previously found cringy. UCR insurance is opt-out, not opt-in. They will deny coverage that your regular insurance has been providing for years.
I have to call them so I can take a specific assessment test for ADHD, but it keeps slipping my mind to call because of the possible ADHD. Do not get back into relationships you know aren't right for you. But if you do, Bupropion can help you feel much more chill about the inevitable fallout. 4 chances is too many chances to try to make something work. This play is not sponsored by Big Pharma. Ask your doctor if getting your shit together is right for you.
Lights fade.
Ask your doctor about once daily Wellbutrin XL, maybe.
Scene 11.
And then what?
Lights come back up.
What do you mean?
December to February is kind of a weird time frame. Why didn't you pick a rounder time frame?
February was a good place to stop. We recontextualized Valentine's Day to be about friendship. It's a good ending.
What happened in March?
Nothing.
Why are you avoiding it then?
I'm not
It feels like something happened.
Nothing.
March!
Fine.
A girl checks her phone.
Hey, I got into grad school.
Tough love friend enters. They high five.
In real life, I got a high five from the assistant manager in the socks rooms of the Nordstrom, where I worked. I was taking an unauthorized second break behind the rack of fancy dresses.
So, are you gonna tell me about your ex about it?
No, my assistant manager wouldn't ask that. Stay in your lane. Look, I said I would. I know exactly how this is going to go. I'll tell him I got into grad school. He's going to congratulate me and offer to take me somewhere nice. I'm going to kindly but firmly decline, making me the ultimate winner of the breakup. I won't even type anything out. I'll send a screenshot of the admissions letter, casual.
Girl takes and sends the picture. Ding!
Hey, that's great news. You even got a grant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how you been? How's everything?
I don't want to be rude when he's being nice to me. I'll indulge him in some polite small talk, and my resolve remains unwavering. Pretty good.
I'm glad. Can I take you somewhere bougie to celebrate you getting into grad school?
Yeah, okay. No, I don't want to hear it.
Do you want to hang out this weekend?
Sure.
X enters.
Hey,
Hey, how you been?
is it weird if I ask for a hug?
Girl closes the space between them in large strides. They hug tightly for a beat too long.
I feel like I'm done with this hug.
Whoa. I wasn't sure, because you initiated and then you weren't pulling away.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were done, and I didn't want to be rude.
April.
It was weird. In a lot of ways, we slipped right back into the old routine. But when we had sex, it didn't feel like the same emotionally.
Well, now you know. You've tried it and you can step away.
There's a part of me that's afraid I'm going to keep trying until it feels the same, and then get myself hurt all over again.
Where is your mood today?
In general, hopeful.
Do you guys want to go hiking?
Not even a little bit.
I do.
You may not vote.
No.
Mom friend and pragmatic friend set a brisk walking pace that girl starts to follow, but ends up slowly lagging behind. The friends exit without girl. May.
Everything is going so well between us, I'm afraid the whole thing will pop if I even think about it too hard.
I'm sick of living alone. I'm lonely, and there isn't enough time in the day to work full time and get all my household stuff done. Do you want to move in? If I paid most of the rent, would you clean? You can pay $200 and I'll pay the rest. I'll even move us into a bigger apartment if you want.
For $200 rent? Honestly? Yeah, I think.
Wait, you're moving for grad school. Never mind.
Oh, it's only a 2-year program. Can I take a rain check?
I guess. If I'm not engaged or something by then.
June. July.
Let's go bar hopping for my birthday.
Drinking buddy and girl pose for a drunken selfie and then collapse into giggles. A vaguely annoyed tough love friend leads a stumbling drinking buddy off stage. Girl waves after them. August. September. October.
Happy birthday!
They embrace her.
Has he even texted you?
Yeah, but not about my birthday.
You think he forgot?
Yes, but I'm not gonna say anything.
It's patterns of behavior.
Ding!
Hey, isn't it your birthday soon?
Bruh.
What? Unless I missed it, in which case, I'm a total asshole.
You're an asshole. My birthday was yesterday.
Oh, well, I was close.
November. December. January. Girl and ex are sitting on the couch. He has his legs slung across her lap.
What?
Nothing.
Nah, don't give me that. What is it?
I don't think this thing between us, our friendship, is good for me.
That's fair.
At a certain point, it gets kind of ridiculous, wasting years of my life.
Do you think the time we spent together was a waste of time?
No, but if I stayed, I feel like I'd be wasting my own time.
Well, if you have to leave, could you at least postpone it?
What?
I don't know. That was a panic response. Sorry.
A part of me always thought we'd get back together eventually. But do me a favor, let me know that that's never going to happen.
I don't think we're very compatible long term. No, I don't know where I was going with that. I was just saying shit. I'm not built to be in a relationship. I think I'm gonna die alone someday. Because the thought of waking up next to the same person for the rest of my life feels terrifying to me. And you're better than that. And I don't want to drag you down.
Okay. I didn't say it at the time, but I'm so glad things didn't work out between us. I would have let you drag me down. Ding!
What if we just stay friends? Actually, ignore that. Sorry.
I don't know, maybe. We've never earnestly tried a platonic friendship before.
February. Girl's phone rings.
Hello?
Hey, I can't hang out tomorrow. I've been kind of seeing someone for the past few months, and she's uncomfortable that I'm hanging out with my ex.
This is a deeply unsurprising turn of events, right? Like, this one's on me.
I try to tell her that it's not like that though. Like, we're just friends. But she doesn't care.
So, after all that stuff about not wanting to be in a relationship...
Oh, we're not in a relationship. It's not me though. I don't think it's a big deal if we hang out. She's the one being weird about it.
No, that's worse. At least present a united front. This cheapens you.
Does it?
Yes!
Girl hangs up the phone. She puts her red Valentine's Day dress back on.
We could do something low-key this year.
No, she wore something nice. Let's take her to the Cheesecake Factory.
So, fourth time is the charm. This time you'll actually leave each other alone?
It's over. For real this time, and I mean it.
March. Girl's phone rings.
Do you have his contact as asshole who keeps screwing me over?
I'm trying out some word association.
Girl picks up the phone.
Hello?
Hey, I just want to apologize for how things went down last time. I think I'm gonna stop seeing her. I really don't like how she handled that. There's a lot of yelling involved.
Okay, I mean, I don't believe you. But, okay. Frankly, I don't even think she's in the wrong. Though I'd never tell you that, so you can ride off into the sunset with her or whatever. I think her getting the boot is contingent on me staying, and I'm not gonna do that.
Girl hangs up.
He just thought you should know that.
April.
My therapist dumped me.
What?
She said I achieved all the goals I had set when we started, which I didn't since I'm still taking the bus. But she graduated me, and I've decided that means I'm cured forever.
May, June.
So, you're writing a play about us?
Kind of.
Are you gonna tell your ex about it?
I feel like I should, as like a curtsy.
Are you gonna call him?
No, I'll just wait for him to come back around.
July, August, September, October, November. Ding!
You ever think of starting an account for bad poetry?
There it is. Can I call you tomorrow?
Sure. You can call me today, too.
Girl calls.
Hey, so I wrote this play about getting on antidepressants, which has a lot of that like falling out we had, but I'm not asking permission. But I thought I'd owe you the chance to tell me if there's anything you really don't want me to say.
You can write about anything. I mean, if it helps you get ahead, you can use anything. Would you able to tell it's me?
Your name's not in it.
Girl's stomach grumbles.
Dude, is that your stomach?
I haven't eaten much today. I was busy.
Ooh, can I send you a pizza?
What is it with you and oncology pizza? Can it be Taco Bell?
Sure. It can be Taco Bell.
We actually met up one last time after this, and you said,
Maybe we should hang up and before I cave and start trying to see you again.
do you want to hang out?
Hi.
Hey. It was awkward, and I realized, oh, this man is never going to change because he doesn't want to. And that's it. It's so simple. It's...
All friends enter. They stand in the same place that the commercial counterparts did in scene 9. Pat Sajak runs up to girl and points a microphone at her. X exits. He stops at the edge of the stage and waves goodbye before leaving.
A T.
3 T's.
Pragmatic friend presses the letters like Vanna White. Ding, ding, ding.
An H.
2 H's.
Mom friend Vanna White's the letters. Ding, ding.
A G.
2 G's.
Drinking buddy Vanna White's the letters. Ding, ding.
An S.
1 S.
Tough love Vanna White's the letters.
I like to solve the puzzle, Pat. Is it she got it together?
Ding, 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 ding.
That is correct. You won peace of mind and a handcrafted set of coping mechanisms.
Pills fall from the ceiling instead of confetti. Girl celebrates. Friends hoist her onto their shoulders. Therapist brings out a huge trophy reading most improved and hands it to girl. Girl lifts it triumphantly into the air. Horses wander into the background. End of play.
Our talk back in just a few. We invite you all to stay. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
be like safe to say like.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our book chat. I am Carly Thomas, one of the dramaturgs for this festival. Before we get into our chat, I want to thank everybody who, again, made this production come together the way it did. One more round of applause for the cast. As well as forever and always Ben Tusher and Johnny Macias. Stage manager Gabby Williams, as well as the whole student crew that put it together. Co-dramaturg Gabby Chavez. Co-festival coordinator Amy Jurgensen. And then festival coordinator extraordinaire Allison Moon. And now we get to get into our chat with playwright Melizza, Minger, oh my god, Urquilla. It's a newer stage name, okay? How are you? How's it going?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay, side effects. Tell us about how this play came to be.
Yeah, I think I was thinking a lot about my own experience getting on antidepressants and how, in a lot of ways, it's presented as this, like, final solution. And you're like, you know, this will fix everything.
Yeah.
And then the actual experience was like, oh no, it makes everything so much weirder and, like, worse in a way for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I thought this was going to be a solution, and now my life is in chaos.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, and also at the time, I was like, objectively, I think this is funny, but I can't tell right now. And I kept trying, and my therapist would not laugh at my jokes. And I would complain every time. I'd be like, the psychiatrist laughs sometimes, though. And I was like, thank God. But I was like, I would complain to my friends. I was like, this woman will not laugh at my jokes, and therefore I'm not winning at therapy. But yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Girl is trying to win at therapy throughout the course of this play?
I mean, she wins at the end, right? I think at the the whole time she's trying and trying, it's just not working.
Yeah. I really resonate with this idea that it's almost biochemical immediacy that once you start taking antidepressants, boom, birds start singing, and you get the job, and you get the guy, and everything falls into place in the right way. And I think I'm really struck by this play, also as someone who has flirted with Wellbutrin before, understanding that it's a catalyst to work. It only like energizes you to get to do the work that you're supposed to do to make yourself happy or well-adjusted or whatever we're supposed to be. What are some other cliches or stereotypes or narrative pitfalls that you felt you did not want to fall into while telling the story?
I wish we had vetted questions beforehand. Can you just read me that one more time?
Yeah. What are some other antidepressant cliches that you were like, I am committed to not putting this on the page?
I don't know. I feel like the whole Plays in Conversation was like this actual commercial I found in like 2007 about Wellbutrin, which had so many horses in it, like a truly staggering amount of horses. And I was like, this is what happy people do. They have no sexual side effects and also love horses. But yeah, I think, and I'm just thinking about horses. I don't know. I think I was just in conversation that it's just like the stark contrast of like the portrayal of like this is what a happy person does, and the experience of like trying to get there, right? I think definitely the experience of therapy in which you were like, I thought it was your job to fix me, and then it's like, no, it's your job.
Yeah.
And I think legally they can't tell you what to do, which is also my experience writing this play. Every time I get notes, I'm like, how do I fix it? And they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, this is just like therapy again.
So meta, like the play.
Yeah.
I also really am, and I'm sure our audience would agree with me, struck by this idea that just because you're on antidepressants means all of a sudden you're going to make good life decisions. Can you talk about like where that dissonance happens in terms of Girl still returning to X and the comfort of X and the embrace and familiarity of X, even though she is on this path of healing? What is it about X that keeps bringing him back?
Yeah, I think it's like even So, like, you know, even when you do get into medication and you know, work through the weird stuff and it levels you out, I think that, like, pool of familiarity is so, like, strong. And it's even when you have a more objective place to come from and you're like, I actually don't have all the, I'm not as, like, have all these, like, panic emotions about it.
Yeah.
But there's still something, like, in my brain that wants to reach for it, you know? There's this, like, I think also your brain always wants to reach for, like, the tried and true dopamine. It's like the tried and true, like, instant gratification. And your brain is like, hey, I know what has made us feel good in the past, and we have to go back there to feel, if we want to feel good again, right? So it's that, like, cycle that you keep putting yourself in because you're like, I could, it's also like at some point I've done so much hard work, I want to stop doing hard work, and I want to go back to the easy thing.
Yeah, I think of the moment where she identifies, I'm afraid I'm going to keep trying until it feels the same. I feel like that's in conversation with this thought for sure. Yeah. Or even when you present it with evidence where you're like, oh, this is, I'm not the same, so the situation cannot be the same. Be like, but when it was there, something about it made me want it, and I want to feel that way again. So I'm going to force myself to be worse, to, like, reach for this thing. Wow. And yet her friends can see very clearly that it is worse for her.
Always, right?
Why?
Like a third party, you're always like, I mean, you can be having, I think, parallel situations with your friend, and you can be like, wow, what a train wreck you are, but let me go do this thing because I see nuance in my situation.
Yeah.
But I have, like, objectivity about yours.
Yeah. Drinking Buddies absolutely texted her ex, for sure.
Oh my gosh, she's in the audience tonight.
We love you, Drinking Buddy. Wow, I really love this framework, too, of if dopamine is kind of the thing we're hoping to reinstill with antidepressants, that reaching for that familiar dopamine feels instinctive, I would say, especially in that first year of Wellbutrin. That, to me, feels like a very natural segue to then talk about the motif of game shows. They're old school game shows, going as far back as Groucho Marx, right? Which is such a delicious detail of it. Would you say this is in line with that conversation of that's why these game shows are comforting for girl? Is a similar, we're reaching for old familiar dopamine?
Yeah, and I think, I mean, that's also why you scroll endlessly on your phone, right? Because you're like, even if it's not good, your brain is like, it's sometimes good.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep going until I find the one that's like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah.
And when I was, the real life experience of it, I was actually watching a lot of YouTube, and I just felt like, hey, what's up, you guys? Just didn't have the same ring as we were watching. But I was like, yeah, and I was really attracted, I think, to, like, all the, like, how glamorous, like, 60s game shows seem, right?
Yeah.
And they're this very carefully constructed reality, right? Especially in the 60s where they're, like, selling you, the viewer at home, this idea, and you're like, oh my God, look at all these beautiful people winning these amazing cash prizes.
Yeah.
But they're not real.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, the glamour is really just surface level.
Yeah, my shortcoming of money is solved by Wheel of Fortune. My shortcoming in love is solved by the dating game. My shortcoming in life is solved by Wellbutrin. Do you think that's like a fair rhythm puzzle?
Yes.
Wow, that's so interesting. And I really love too how, like, the maximalism of the play seems to be in line with the maximalism of the game shows you talked about. Why aesthetically is it so maximalist?
I don't know. When I think about it, I do think about it in like the play. I mean, in like pinks and purples and glitter, and just I think the idea of trying to recontextualize the story to be like, even though it was such a mess, the girl is trying so hard to not be a mess and to, like, present something different. And I think now that she has, like, more objectivity and she can be like, put this layer on it for the audience that wasn't there.
Yeah, she's really trying to glamorize her mental illness. For us. Yeah. Talk about why it's a play. Why is it essential that this story is told in a room with a live audience?
Well, aside from the obvious, that I'm a playwright, I think Yeah, I mean, plays give you that like energy exchange, I think, in the room with the audience, and I think that's really important to feel all the moments. Like, I like the moment where it's like that, they're hugging, and it's really awkward, and I can feel the people around me being like, oh my God, like, you gotta stop this right now. Yeah, and I think there's something also about theater that is so glamorous and like glittery and, you know, wonderful, but you go backstage and you're like, everyone's exhausted and, you know, no one slept in 4 days.
Like your first few days on Wild Food Truck. I also think about too how like theatrical stories about issues with our family and issues with work and, you know, all these other stories that are actually very commonplace all of a sudden get elevated to this grandiose Greek epic level. And it kind of feels like your play is very successfully achieving that here as well. Respond to that compliment.
Thank you. I think the thing about this play that struck me once it was getting read was like, I thought I was writing this play about this like, oh my God, you guys, I'm gonna tell you about this like unique and terrible thing that's happened to me. And then everyone that was picking up the script was like, oh, that happened to me also. And it was just like one of those things that was like, oh, no one's talking about this because it feels so weird and monstrous when it's happening to you. And I forgot your original question, but
just showering you with praise.
Oh, thank you.
Last little segment I want to kind of touch on because I have the privilege of knowing how the script has grown a little bit over the process of you writing it. And once upon a time, the ending was not this whole extra layer of her reconciling with X and then kind of empowering herself to leave X. It used to end on, this play is not sponsored by Big Pharma. How did this new ending occur to you?
Yes, okay. In thesis, I forgot the word, but like, I was talking with my thesis advisor, and she was like, this play has to end, you know, you have to bring it to the present. And I was like, no, it's a great ending. What are you talking about? But the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, it ends, I think, in a place that's still not real. And if we start in the real world, and then we take you on this journey of like, it's so glittery and wonderful, look, we have to again end in the real world. And I think also like that whole therapy thing where it's like, you can't be handed. Like healing, you have to like make the choice. I think she had to make the choice and like do the uncomfortable thing to get to the other side.
She got applause at the end. That's so, and she earned it. As we all go home and we meditate on our exes that we're not going to text back and our, you know, friends we're going to go hiking with, what would you like us all to be thinking about or feeling as we go home?
Oh my God. I mean, I hope you liked it. I hope that it at least makes you, I hope you're brave enough to do the thing you don't want to do, but you know you should do. I think that was her journey, right? That she kept going back to this thing that she knew from the beginning wasn't good for her, but she wanted it, and she was able to like stifle the part of herself until she couldn't anymore. And I feel like because it's harder to do the thing that you know you have to do, it's uncomfortable, and I hope that the audience, if you're thinking of something specifically, for sure break up with them.
You heard that, everybody? One more round of applause for our playwright.
Okay. Do you want a round of applause for my director?
I think so too. I think everyone can go.
Yay.